Oi.
If you like pina coladas.
Did we just come in at the same time?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to come in so I could jump in.
Sick. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, guys? Episode 18?
Jesus, we've nearly made it to 20. Who even knows if we'll make it?
Quarter cent.
A quarter cent.
How's it going?
I'm good. I just feel disgusting. I haven't showered after work yet. I haven't even done a workout. Just ate. I just feel like a big old fat piece of poo right now, but I feel great.
Yummy.
I feel like shit, but I feel good.
Is that water or white wine?
It's just H2O, mate. Just H2O.
Fuck, every time I keep pushing the podcast from Sunday to Monday, which means you never drink with me.
Yep, mate. Sunday nights, no holds barred. But Monday, at least one Monday, I got
my trusty CC, and I got these little Cascade lemon, lime, and bitters.
Oh yeah,
going down a treat.
How's alcoholism treating you?
Alcoholism? It's always been great, mate.
Are you drinking every day?
Nah, Ooh, I don't drink that much, actually.
You just drink when you do stuff.
I drink when I do the pod. I drink when I wake up. I don't know. I don't drink that much as of recent, but I'm more than happy to get back into alcoholism. What'd you cook for dinner?
Just a one-box salad with some Aldi vegan nuggets and some roast pumpkin and some Brussels sprouts.
Aldi vegan nuggets?
Yeah, I just found the first vegan thing I found at Aldi's with these plant-based nuggets. Pretty good. Kate said they reminded her of Macca's nuggets. So
I mean, I don't know what your opinion is on Macca's nuggets, but for me, they were just lowest tier.
But they were just delicious. You could get that was the first time I got 24 for $10, and I just polished the whole fucking box.
Did you get one of those deals on tour once? I feel like I've watched you eat a bunch of nugs.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Most likely. I definitely would
have. Even though my mustache was shit, I feel so weird looking at my top lip with nothing on it.
Oh, really? I couldn't tell if it was still there or not.
I feel like when I grow my beautiful mustache, my top lip just loses its color. I look like I have no top lip.
Yeah, because you got you've had the sun beaming down on it, and now there's a white tan line on it. A sprinkled tan line all over your manly mustache. I've been meaning to shave for fucking the last 2 weeks, and I just hate it, but I'm just too lazy.
What part do you hate, the face or the neck?
I just hate the way it grows, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, that was a dilemma I was having. I was like, surely I'll stick it out for a few months. I'm like, I'll give it like 2-3 months and see if it, I don't know, looks any better. And it just doesn't.
Just looks too like adolescent and very pubescent on my face.
Oh, mate, if you got close to me.
I'd rather be clean shaven for my whole life. I think. Yeah. Like the moustache is not bad, but see, people always say that, but whenever I look at myself with beard hair, I'm just like, you're a fucking loser.
Can you just do like a goatee? If you're gonna shave it, just shave a goatee for a day. I would love to see that.
All right. When I don't have to go into work, I'll do it.
You know what? I was thinking I might cut my hair on either stream or podcast, so we can. While I'm doing that, you can shave a goatee.
I'll do a shave. Yeah, we should do a live. Red Wine Instagram.
A live one.
So we'll do it live on Instagram.
Cool.
Like you get a haircut and I'll just shave.
What else has been happening through the week?
Oh, it's a weekend. What happened on the weekend? Just classic weekend.
We did Saturday One Tree Hill in the morning. Did you drink that night?
Did drink that night. Drank a lot.
Is that when you were with Travie?
Yeah, did a little espionage. Rode my bike over to Trav's. Tried to finish that song. We wrote. To be honest, we actually came up with a pretty sick melody for that song that I sent you a few weeks ago. Like it was really good, but we were just too scattered to actually do it. So I recorded. I recorded about 2.5 hours of audio of just us talking, like the most random shit, listening to talking, listening to music, saying whatever song was playing was the best song I'd ever heard in my life. And then I'm like,
feeling.
I'm like, Trav, put the song on so we can write to it. And then we came up with the melody, tried to record some, but I was just like too fucked to care. And then we
Just fucking slurring.
Yeah. But riding my bike was a great idea.
I don't even own one, dude.
I actually forgot that if you get caught riding a bike drunk, you can lose your license.
What?
Yeah, so if you it's because you're causing harm to people. You could cause harm to anyone on the road. Like you could be
right.
So like if you have a valid license, you can just get like a massive fine and
far out. That sucks. I remember actually driving when I went to Brisbane with my friend just for no reason on the weekend. We were driving the Lime scooters.
Yeah.
No helmets and drunk. Just fucking through the valley, just fucking soaring through the valley, just like jumping off the curb and stuff, jumping off a two-stair, and I'm like, oh my God. And he could barely ride a scooter, and I was just like going ahead. He's like, he'd never been to the valley before or Brisbane, and I'm like, fucking see, I'm going.
Yeah, it was such a good feeling. Like, riding there, I was listening to the new Sinclair song, and it was raining.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this just feels so good. Like, just like riding.
You felt like you're in a music video.
I actually texted Aiden and I was like, this should be the music video. Some dude like, chasing someone on the bike in the rain. Anyway, got there, drank heaps of beers, as we always do. And then got so high.
Love it.
And then, then it was about 3 a.m. and I rode. Yeah, you go.
No, you go.
I was going to say, by the time the night wrapped up, it was about 3 a.m. Rode all the way home, and I was like, before I even got, like, I walked out of his house, and he was watching me get on the bike, and I go to put my leg over, and I just lose balance, and I'm, like, trying to hold my bike up and not trip over his housemate's motorcycle. I'm, like, literally just over the motor. You know how, like, you're like, oh, crap. You're just not even falling. But you're just losing your balance.
You know you're about to fall.
Yeah, and Trav's just pissing himself laughing, and then I get on my bike and I fucking like do one of these all over the road, just swivel, and then I end up just taking off.
Snakies.
The key was just to ride as fast as I could, because that's how I kept my balance.
So you don't wobble.
Yeah, but it felt so good, just like the wind in my hair again, listening to music. Then I came home, and I brought the bike in, and then I just literally just passed out on the ground, and then Kate messaged me like 3 times saying, "Come the fuck to bed."
Oh, I thought she was going to say, come home. I am home.
She heard me come home, and then like 3 hours later, I was still lying on the floor in the lounge room.
I had one of those moments sober last night. I was on the couch, and I was like, this is actually kind of a vibe, kind of comfy. It was after MasterChef, and I'm like, Leah was already in bed. I texted her, I said, I'm going to sleep out here tonight, I think. She's like, no, come to bed. I'm like, fuck. I have no freedom in my life.
Just let me live my fucking life.
Speaking of drinking, though, what slab... Because you guys like to buy slabs every time you hang. What slab do you buy? Because I was looking at slabs the other day, maybe a couple of days ago. I'm like, fuck, they're expensive. I never buy slabs.
Yeah.
How much and what do you buy?
We normally spend...
Hi, Kate.
Jake says hi. She gave you the finger, if you can see that.
I can see. They can't see, though.
Yeah, they can't see it. Anyway, we... 150 lashes, normally about $50.
Right.
But
beer, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's James Squire, 150 lashes, like just a pale ale.
Right.
Just easy.
Yummy, yummy.
Or Jamesburg's Premium. The other night was Molson, the Canadian beer.
Yummy.
Travis just bought that. He's like, I hadn't had it in like 5 years, so he bought a slab of it because he went to Dan Murphy's instead of like Liquorland or whatever.
Dude, Dan Murphy's is so cheap.
Yeah, and it's so good.
I love it. Yeah. Do you hang on, what was I gonna? Is VB slabs cheaper in Victoria than it is in Sydney? Because I feel like I saw a slab of VBs and it was like 55, and I'm like, really?
It's kind of cheap. They're about that price.
Is it? Wow, I thought it would have been cheaper because it's just so bad.
But they're like a cult beer now. Like people drink them out of irony. Like Melbourne Bitter. Like Melbourne Bitter's delicious, but before the hipsters got onto them, they were way cheaper. And then Melbourne Bitter like started becoming the cool beer. So fucking it's like $60 for a slab.
It's like Bud Light.
Yeah, but so I don't mind spending. I don't mind spending like paid like $75 for a slab of Stone and Wood the other week. So good. It was worth the money.
It's worth it. Yeah, because I was looking at a slab of just like CCs, like the 6%ers, and I was like, God, I don't have $90 for that. Sorry.
Yeah,
but I've been spending like
way more
$45 for 10 packs of the 6%ers, and I'm like, That is too much. I should just get a slab, but I don't really feel like sinking beer every day. I don't want to get like fat.
Yeah. No, just buy a bottle of straight and then mix it. That's way cheaper. But
yeah,
if
that's what Leah does. But I love having a can. I just love having a can.
I get that feeling too. Just get a sick glass and then you'll be sweet. But you like cracking the can.
Kmart glass. I'm just like, I just want a glass, man.
You just love the cracking a can. That's one thing about America.
Putting it straight to my mouth.
The one thing about America, like they don't do JD in a can, JD and Coke and stuff in a can. Did you ever notice that?
I don't think I've ever bought a JD. Even at a bar.
Yeah. So, but like whenever we went to like Walmart or some liquor store to buy it, it was just like straight liquor or beer. There wasn't really any or like Four Locos or White Claws or
in the servo and stuff.
But there wasn't any like JD, like there's no Scotch and Cokes or anything like that. That was one thing that I thought.
Are you talking about in servos or just Bodlos in general?
Just anywhere that we went to buy beer.
Yeah, I always found like a surplus of beer. There's always Four Loko. There's always those 750ml cans of either a jumbo beer or a jumbo poison drink. But there's never, or maybe there's like Smirnoff Ice or whatever, like double black.
There's Smirnoff, yeah, but there's no whiskey and Coke or CC and dry or anything like that.
No.
But do you remember Mitch bought that one and it was
which tour?
It was like, I think it might have been the first one. It was like Budweiser, made by Bud, but it was like
it was a
fucking
collab,
seafood thing. Or like a Bloody Mary or something.
Was it just it might have been a Bloody Mary actually.
But
fuck yeah, no, he bought a couple of stinkers at a late night servo.
But he's just like, this is fucked. But do you remember the last tour we did with Mitch there, when he bought that bottle of Bailey's, the vegan? Yeah, he bought the bottle of vegan Bailey's and he just stayed up one night by himself drinking.
Editing photos. No, I don't actually remember. I saw Mitch actually comment on Fitz's status today, I think, on Twitter, and it was about like Modelo and how much he loves it, and how underrated it is.
It is. It probably is my favorite. Clamato, Bud Light and Clamato.
Clamato, what is that?
Clam and
tomato. Oh no!
So
Bloody Marys are bad enough. You don't need another fucking thing.
That's what he bought. And he was just like, oh, I love it. I fucking love this stuff. And then he drank it and he's just like, this is fucking disgusting.
I remember when Cam made us the Bloody Mary. I'd never had one in my life. He made us a Bloody Mary at our first ever Thanksgiving that we had with Dolskin. We were in... where were we?
Cleveland.
Ohio?
Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, we're in Cleveland.
And he made us... We got the mix and stuff because we spent an ungodly amount
$200
on alcohol that night.
Alcohol. And we didn't even drink that much because we just got baked. We just got baked instead.
Which was kind of fine because we probably polished the rest off, I imagine.
Yeah, we did.
The White Claws went pretty quick before dinner was even made.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cam made us the Bloody Mary and I was like, I knew it wasn't going to be good. I just knew.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of tomato juice, but I didn't mind that one. That was like a good Bloody Mary's. Yeah. Not bad, but I wouldn't choose it.
But I had that feeling of like someone makes you something,
and then you're
like, fuck, like I don't want to. I'd feel so bad. They've just wasted a whole cup of mix and like alcohol, and I hate it. Which he probably would have just mopped it up anyway. But like I just acted like I just kind of slipped away from it and just like, whose drink is that? Like I don't know.
Classic JT.
And then we all had I'm the master of the dip.
You are. You're probably the first person I've experienced it with, like, where I'm just like talking and I'm like, where the fuck JT go? I'm like, this motherfucker's just gone. He's just gone.
You know what?
Go to the RV and you're just like asleep, like, or like just scrolling your phone in the RV.
Yeah, because I've noticed, right? If I want to wake up not feeling like shit, I need to go to bed before everyone else. And if I tell everybody I'm going, then I got to do the rounds of everybody, and that's say like 10 or 15 people that are gonna be like, "Oh no, stay out, have another beer," and then I'm like,
by the 10th person, you're like, "Fuck it, all right, let's get fucked."
Yeah, and then I just end up getting absolutely hammered. So, and I get this like weird stress of like not wanting to say bye because I mentally have to say bye to everyone. I don't want to leave someone out. So this way I leave everybody out.
Yeah, yeah.
and nobody's feelings are hurt.
Everyone misses out, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying with Mitchie and the Modelo's. What other beers do we drink in the US? Because it's all, to be honest, the same for me. Like, I don't drink beer that much anymore.
Yeah.
Unless I'm on tour, because that's kind of all we get. But for me, they kind of all taste the same if I'm leading to the one spot, which is getting drunk.
It goes, for me, it goes, Pabst is the lowest. Pabst is like everywhere. Pabst is like someone, you ask someone for a glass of water and then they pour it out of the tap, they drink it and regurgitate it back into the cup and then they give it to you. That's what Pabst is.
Okay, before you move on to the next highest one, right? Or the less worse one. The first time I had Pabst was overseas and I'm like, this is all right. Because it was like the first time I had it and it felt like novel.
It doesn't go,
but
it
like
doesn't go
looking
bad.
back at it, it's like, I don't know.
It doesn't go bad when it's the first drink of the tour. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
The first night's
fine. It was the
fine.
first tour that we had Pabst all the time.
Right? But the more you drink it, days in a row, the more horrible it gets. Like, you can't...
The first beer is.
It's just like, I remember this tasted like shit. I remember this tasting like... And you just like, put that in your head, like...
Yeah.
Next highest for me would be...
Bud Light?
Bud Light for sure. And then... I think we may have got Budweiser, like the full strength one sometimes, but not often. The other one we got a lot of.
We've only ever got a case of Budweiser bottles.
Yeah, Bud Light bottles even. But we also then the other one we get a lot of is Coors.
Yes, that's the one.
Coors we get a lot of, which isn't bad. Like, I don't mind buying that here.
To me, the packaging of that is just so plain and simple. It just looks like a shit beer.
Yeah, but it's so like when it's ice cold, it's so good.
Yeah.
And then
fair.
Modelo, we get Modelo. And then there's also Miller Lite as well, which we get sometimes. Which is the white cans that Dougie drinks.
They all just kind of taste. They all taste very, very similar. Like if you all have them ice cold, then any of them will pass. Really.
Yeah. They're all the same type of beer.
Yeah.
They're just like a draft. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, they all very similar beer. It's just like they all pretty much made by the same person anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
It's one guy. It's one guy.
It's like CUB. They own like fucking VB and Melbourne Bitter are made in the same warehouse, in the same brewery.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like how they put like big W's and stuff next to Kmart. It's probably all owned by the same person.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I guarantee you that those two are probably not owned by the same person, but that's the general idea.
It could be. But yeah, they're the main ones that we drank in the US. Quick one. You know how we're back in ISO in Melbourne?
Yeah.
I read this article a day after.
I mean, we're probably not too far behind.
Bro, I reckon we're the first one that's falling into the second wave, and then everyone else is going to follow. It's got to get worse before it gets better, right? Anyway,
continue.
First day that Melbourne went into ISO, I get sent this news article from my friend saying Melbourne partygoers fined $26,000 after police follow their noses and a massive KFC order.
What?
That's the headline.
Hang on, so let me guess. It's did the KFC maybe call the police and go, "Hey, we've had this suspiciously massive order of 10 party packs." Well, that's a Taco Bell actually. Family boxes. Not
even that, right? I'm going to read you the article. A group of birthday... this is from the New Daily, some website. A group of birthday partygoers has been fined $26,000 for flouting Victoria's COVID restrictions after being nabbed with bucket loads of fast food. The group was snapped by police after paramedics spotted two people ordering 20 meals at KFC in suburban Melbourne at 1:30 a.m. on a Friday.
Oh, Lord. Holy crap.
Victorian Police Commissioner...
1:30 a.m.?
1:30 a.m. Victorian Police Commissioner Shane Padden said police traced the pair to town housing in Dandenong. And he quoted saying, "When we went in, there was two people asleep, but there were 16 others hiding out the back, and they just got their KFC meals at a birthday," he said. That's the type. That
Far
is
out.
ridiculous type of behavior.
Who's the guy? The what's his name? Is he the one that I see on all the press conferences about Victoria?
Dan Andrews.
Glasses.
Yeah.
Cunt is funny, dude. He's actually really funny to watch. There was some guy that was like, I don't know, talking shit about. He was like, I don't know, there's some conspiracy thing, and then he found out, and he's like, "Yep, he's fired. I fired him this morning." And I'm watching the press conference, like, holy fuck, this guy gives no shits.
He someone asked him about, how ScoMo was at a rugby match the other weekend. On last weekend,
no, but
he got snapped at a Cronulla Sharks game or something. Anyway, someone asked Daniel Andrews about it, and he's like, "I've got bigger problems than to care about who went to the footy on Sunday night."
Wait, was this tonight?
No. Like the press conference was a day or two ago,
right?
Where he said that. Yeah.
I think I heard something similar to that before on TV. Like someone was saying, "I've got like bigger fish to fry." Like,
yeah, insane.
But I mean, like, that's probably his boy, right?
Yeah. Unlucky though that those people got caught at KFC. I'm sure they're social distancing.
I mean, it's they're all just playing a beer pong table width apart.
Yeah. Imagine the cops walk in and they're just like perfectly social distance, like eating their KFC.
Then the cops are the one that comes close to the people, like, "Whoa, dude!
Whoa,
arrest yourself!
Get out! There's not enough square meters for all of you." Oh, mate.
Oh, fuck. So with the restrictions? What are they in Victoria? Because I don't actually know. I haven't really been keeping up that much. Is it back to the like only X amount of people in a house, like 2 or 4?
Yeah, back to basically what we were when we got home. So it's like
right.
Like basically don't have anyone over if it's not needed.
Essential, yeah. So how did it? I don't know if you know, like, or you've heard, but like, how did this second wave come about? Did someone travel from somewhere and come here, or
no? They reckon it was just community transmission. Cases just started spiking
everyone
up.
Was just like, well, let's just go back to the shops and.
It was basically once they lowered restrictions, everyone just started seeing all their friends and stuff.
Which we all, like me and Leah were like, they are lifting those too soon.
Yeah, like they said basically, once they said 20 people were like, I reckon we could get away with 40 people. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you just have a massive rager. Yeah. And then shit just starts spiraling out of control.
And because people have been so deprived of, like, not that people would do that often, like big parties like that, but because it's been months without even the option to, probably a lot of people and young people are like, fuck it, let's just get together and let's
just see all my mates. What's the point? Yeah.
And then that everyone's just fucking, someone's giving it to someone. Fuck, it's so...
It only takes one person.
It's definitely going to come here.
I overheard something today. It was like, what they traced like this outbreak of like 50 or 60 people to they found out who the one person was that had it, that was in contact with all these 50 and 60 people.
Shit.
So it's crazy. Like I could get it and then come home and give it to Kate. And because
Kate goes to work.
And because I'm delivering for work, I'm seeing like 80, 90 people at their front door a day. It'd just be like in that one contact. And now they reckon that it might be even airborne. So like it can just travel through the air. Instead of like it coming out, it just like catches onto air particles or whatever.
Even without knowing, I've always just assumed it was airborne, because every time I'm around people, I just like, I don't know, just close my mouth. I should really have a mask when I go out now that shit's getting bad again, but I've just been like trying not to breathe near anyone.
Yeah. At work they made it mandatory at my work as of today.
Masks?
That we have to wear a mask when we're in the warehouse and when we're delivering.
Can you wear a black one and then just do like a white Posca buck teeth or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna get like, because they gave me like a disposable one, but it just doesn't sit on my face properly, so I'm gonna get a reusable one.
I wonder how that guy's going, the one that bought like tens of thousands of face masks, like to capitalize on the whole people are gonna need it. I wonder if he's thinking, fuck yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna make some bank now.
Sell them for like $5 a pop. So dumb though.
That's a lot. I mean, yeah, it's kind of shit. It's very shit. Oh well.
Oh well.
Do we Did we get any topics in the old thread that we asked for?
Well, speaking of topics, we didn't say no one really said anything, but the one that came up, and we also said we're going to talk about this. But congratulations, mate! 2 years of Everything Is Temporary today. Woo!
Well done to you too, buddy.
That's it.
2 years. I cannot believe.
If it wasn't for us, what would be? I can't believe it's been 2 years. I can't believe
it's been 2 years, though, dude. That's
feels
bananas.
like it's been 6
years. When you think of cycles, it also feels so far away, but also feels like really it's been that long. Like, I feel like I just recorded it in the booth. I was looking at photos the other day of me when I was recording it, and I'm like, fuck, it was actually so long ago. It was December of 2017. It's 2.5 years ago that I recorded that, and like was singing that, and it's gonna be so different this next record. It's been literally 3 years in everyone's life.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember. I had like when we went to go away for 5 weeks to record that, I'm pretty sure I'd saved like $500. And we went out every weekend of that recording.
Just make friends and get drinks.
That was such
I remember you wearing the soccer jersey, I think.
Yeah, I wore that when
you had the bloody sunnies that you found at Electric Sun.
Yeah. And I stole those. Now I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stevie.
But fuck, that was
Do you remember
like
anything
long? Yeah.
Anything that sticks out of your mind, that like certain things that you remember about recording? Like things that you
the Siggy pile out the front.
Yeah, you were smoking then, weren't you?
Yeah, I was
I don't know. Either I was like getting down on myself, or I was just like trying to just fuck my voice so I can just hit the notes that Stevie was like telling me to hit. But I remember it was like you just walk outside. There's one little hedge on the left outside of Electric Sun Studios, and it was like all dead, and there was just a ciggy butt pile, right under it. Covering the whole soil. But that's one thing I remember. I remember getting the sides of my mouth cut from trying to do the high harmonies, because it's all high harmonies on that record. Something I'd never experienced before. Yeah, I just remember you just going, my mouth, Stevie, I can't go that high. My mouth is breaking. I can't sing.
I can't do it. I remember shit got weird probably in there. I don't remember specifics, but you probably got naked.
Did we did an Instagram takeover for Hopeless or something, and we were just like, what the fuck did we do? We're so delirious. It was like 3 weeks in, and we're just like, what the fuck do we post about?
And I think we deleted stuff, didn't we? Because we were like, nah. Originally, we were just like, it was just dumb shit.
It was just,
and I never even know what to do with those Instagram takeovers anyway.
Say again?
I feel like I never know what to do with those Instagram takeovers anyway. Because if I put what I put on my thing, like just freely just throw around cunt and fuck and stuff, like, I don't know, people might not be too impressed.
Yeah, fuck it. We should just be ourselves.
Oh, that's what I think too. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do from now on.
Yeah.
Fuck those cunts.
If you can't handle it at my best, you don't deserve me at my worst. Oh, it's the other way around, isn't it?
Other way around. What else? I
remember. Do you remember that day? I think it might have been in the last week at some. I'm not even sure if you were at the studio this day, but we were about to leave. It might have been a Saturday. We were about to leave, and one of the mechanics in the lot bought his car out, and he just got new wheels on it that he didn't need or want.
Yes, I was.
And he just did a massive. He just fucking ripped the tread off his tires, just gunned it in the estate, just like. And we were just like, what the fuck is happening?
It's like, you might have got new tires, but you're going to need a new fucking clutch and fucking engine after that.
Oh, what else?
Yeah, I remember because we were just walking outside and we're just like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah. I remember nailing all my bass takes in one take and just like taking like 3 hours to do the whole record.
That's right.
So the album goes for like 40 minutes, and I took 40 minutes to do my bass parts, yeah? That was about it.
Just one try without even like editing or punching in.
Without even writing. anything, just one shot.
I mean, like, you were just like fluffing around with stuff on the spot though too as well. So
Yeah, me and Steve were just throwing ideas. Like, hey, what do you reckon about this? Yeah, just do this. I literally went in there with like just the basic songs down, and then I just changed everything in the studio.
That's what I like doing. I like just going in with an idea and then just fucking, I mean, pre-proing as you go, almost. It's fun. I mean, if there's no time constraint.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit different with bass because, like, worst case scenario, you're just playing the root notes, especially with pop punk. You're just doing the root notes. But then, like, we added some fluff in it with Stevie, which was sick. It's actually, I think it made me a better bass player, like recording with Stevie that time. It made me, watching him throw ideas at me, made me think about playing bass differently. And now I play better. I think about that time whenever I'm trying to write bass for songs.
Yeah, well, it's very different from, like, when you've been putting bass in songs, like, that you've either sent across or whatever. It's like, way different to Everything Is Temporary, which is cool. Like, there's little licks and stuff in there, and it's more thinking about the bass as an instrument rather than just it has to be in there, so I'll just play
as a layer. It's like, not just a layer.
But yeah,
I want it to be more than a layer, but there's definitely spots where it should be a layer. But then I also want it to shine. Because I don't just want to get drunk every night and be able to play everything. You know, I want to give myself a hard time.
Yeah, make it hard. That's what I was gonna say. Like, it's gonna be funny whenever touring comes back, and we're just gonna be so gassed to play. Like, we're gonna be like so excited. And I reckon the parts are going to be very different for this next record, and it's just going to be a fucking mess. And I can't wait.
I can just see us the first show back. We're so stoked about playing that we get too litty, and then we stumble on stage, and we're just like, what the hell is happening?
Okay. Here's a good one. Maybe we can come back to Everything's Temporary, like, recording process and stuff, because I feel like I've still got more stuff I can say on that. I'm just going to put a little reminder in my notes, because EIT stories recording. So speaking of, like, stumbling on stage drunk, do you... Well, I get it kind of sums up a lot of Biam shows for you and me, but what are 3 of your favorite moments from the Everything Is Temporary cycle, live-wise, I think? We'll live.
Okay.
Because I'll start off with one.
Okay, go.
It kind of correlates, but I'll get to the backstory of it first. Japan. Okay. Japan was, like, it was our first international tour. We were buzzed. Yeah. Like, we got off the plane. It was my first time traveling overseas. And I remember we got to the...
So we get drunk on the plane. We got drunk on the plane over, didn't we?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, we
absolutely. And then we landed, and it was you, me, and Mitch awake. I think Mitch got there after us.
Yeah, Mitch. No, we landed at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. I think the boys crashed out, and Mitch was coming like a few hours later. So we were just like, fuck, we'll wait for Mitch.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we stayed up outside, and we kind of had this moment of like... Yeah, and we had this deep moment where you, me, and Mitch were sitting on the curb outside in Japan. We're like, this is just mental, because it was Mitch's first time, like, on an international tour as well. Like, same for us. We're all going through it at the same time.
Yeah,
and it was bizarre. And then it
was on the gutter outside the hotel, which was at the airport.
Yeah,
that's where I was. Yeah, it was hot as well.
You and me were sharing a room. I don't know if Mitch was in our room.
He was. It was me, you, and Mitch in the room.
Right. Yeah.
Because we were staying up, so the boys put Mitch with us, because other boys went to sleep.
Yeah. That's right. So, and there was a vending machine downstairs, I think, and because it was like first day, like overseas, international, you're like, let's just like get some fucking like cup noodles.
No, we bought alcohol from there as well. We bought alcohol out of the vending machine as well.
Yeah. But you had the cup noodles as well. And you had them, and you drank the whole thing, and the next morning you were like, fuck.
It was. I
don't know if you had a headache or something, but...
In my defense, they were so much more saltier than noodles we have at home.
So much MSG,
like
so much
50%
garlic.
more than what you would have. Maybe even double. But I was
it was huge.
Quite drunk at this point. Had no water that day. Then got really drunk, and then
Yeah.
Had my 2-minute noodles just before bed. Drank all of the juice. Passed out. Woke up with the driest mouth.
Do you remember what we were drinking? Because I don't remember at all.
Yes. Yeah, I remember I was drinking gin and tonics out of a can from the vending machine, and you might have been drinking Strong Zero, maybe not Strong Zero, or maybe just like another like lemon drink or something like that.
Right, just whatever was in the fucking vending machine. But we got hammered. Like I was getting naked. That was the first time.
That was the first time we saw each other naked.
I was gonna say that's a weird thing to bring up, but like we were that fucked, and we're just like, it's Japan, fuck it, doesn't count. Let's get naked.
I remember, maybe it was just me, but I remember shooting the bidet into my butt hole, with the bathroom door open.
Yeah, no, it was you, and you did it first without the door open, and then you were like, because I was scared to use it. I was like, this can't feel good, like a hot stream of like hard pressure water.
It was just nice, lukewarm. It wasn't that hot. It wasn't that pressurized.
Well, that's
it
what I was thinking, though. I thought it was going to be
like
a
high pressure hose.
Like hitting the bottom of your nuts and then just like a speed bag.
You're just like looking down and you don't aim, it just hits you in the face.
But I was scared to use it. But then like after I finally got the courage to do it, I'm like, this is life changing.
Yeah.
And to come back here with no bidet.
I know.
So privileged, but
wipe it like a pleb. That was a good night. That was funny. And that basically started a tradition without us knowing it was a tradition. We kind of get drunk the first day that we land.
Yeah, because we're always like, fuck, we're not going to beat the jet lag. So let's just get trashed and then we'll just reset party. Like in maybe a week or something. It'll just fix itself.
Yeah. Let's just party. Party the jet lag out.
Because if you go to sleep, I think I did one tour where I was sleeping like the first week and it fucked me. Like sleeping 2 hours before the show and then waking up and then just like, fuck, I gotta play a show. Like it's the worst fucking feeling. And I feel like how you get sick.
Yeah. One of my other favorite times. Go. No, you go. Quickly finish.
Sorry, this is probably going to be a little bit of a longer episode because I feel like I just have so many.
That's a good. I like them.
That's a good. So while we're still on Japan, keep your train of thought.
Yeah.
The reason I brought this up was because we were so excited that people were even coming to our shows. Like we did Nagoya first, which is like not even really a main place, and there were people there, not necessarily singing the words, but they were just like afterwards they treated us like we're bloody kings.
I felt appreciated.
Yeah.
At those shows because everyone was like, "You guys are sick," and then one of the singers in one of the bands was like, "Between You and Me are one of my favorite bands," and I was just like, "What the hell, man?"
Well, yeah, no, he said that also in his song because he has a song where he mentions like Sunrise Skater Kids, 4 Years Strong, and like state champs and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't remember what song, but yeah, so he replaced the lyrics with like "Between You and Me," and I was like, "Oh my god, this is sick!" And we were watching that show actually from a roof room. Do you remember?
Yeah. So the green room was like above the stage, and you could just look down on it. So there's like this little like VIP booth thing. I don't know, but yeah, that was cool. And remember that show? That was we came off stage, and Massa, our tour manager, was like, "So what's the song for the encore?" And we're just like, "What? We just finished our set." And he's like, "No, you have to play an encore." And then he opens the door and they're like screaming for an encore, and we're just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that was the first time we'd ever got an encore. Like we're like, we don't need to prepare an encore. We didn't even. Do we have Dakota? Do we play Dakota?
We had Dakota. Album
I can't even remember, dude.
Album was out, so we played Dakota, but we played Move On, Dakota, Good Intentions, Friends.
I can't believe I just asked that question. Sorry, we're talking about everything is temporary.
And Twice Shy, I'm pretty sure.
Right. And so we did this encore with World in Grey, a song we never played.
It was Rearview.
Rearview. Oh, wow.
Rearview. And I remember just going, me and Gibbo just going, all right, we're starting. We're starting. Gibbo's like, I can't remember any of this.
And that, you know what, like as unprofessional and like bad as it is, I loved that feeling. I didn't know the words. I was like, but it was such a good vibe. Like, I think the crowd could see that we didn't have anything prepared, and we were just like having fun on the spot. We're like, oh fuck! I mean, we ended with our best song, but I guess we can pull together something if you guys want.
Yeah. We'll pull this
like,
second track on the first EP. That wasn't a
you have
single or
guests
anything.
over and you don't make enough dinner, and you're like, oh, see what I can whip together.
I got a pack of party pies in the fucking. That's what we bought out we gave him the lobster. We gave him the lobster, and then they're like, "Oh, you got any more?" Like, I got some party pies. I grabbed the party pies out.
Party pies and saladas, guys.
And saladas,
that's
just
what that was.
Squished. It's like a meat pie small. You just put the fucking
just like falls out the sides. So then we had
every show
Osaka.
on that tour was sick.
Yeah?
Yeah, Osaka. That was a fun
Insane.
show. That was with
like
Little
a
Massa.
little bit more people with that one.
That was Little Massa, and the stage was like above my head. Like that's how high
Yeah, it was
off
one
the
of those
ground.
big and long. Like
Big long room, yeah.
the stage was big and the room was really long.
And remember the green room
was
like
upstairs.
entrance was like the stage entrance was on the stage. You go right, and then you go upstairs to the green room. You go left and go upstairs to the green room. So like we were just up there. We were basically up there all night before we played.
And
do you
we
remember?
had never had that before.
Yeah, it was like this is sick.
We watched the other bands as well, but like we never had that thing where we were just like chilling in the green room because like we're always like first in, we play, you know,
and then
we
we're just
unload,
chilling at merch and then
go to
getting
merch.
free drinks.
Yeah, but was there access to like? Did we have to load our stuff through the middle of the room?
I think we loaded at
Would
the
that
end of the
show,
night.
or?
But yeah, you had to load in through the front
Like-
door. But we didn't
Yeah,
have any
that's
backline. Remember, every venue at that place had backline.
True.
Every venue. I was so
the
sick about
days.
Japan. Every venue had backline, so we just flew in with our guitars. And I was just like, whatever
And
bass
so
head is there, I was going to be.
After that, what did we do? We like went out after that, didn't we? Went for a bit of a jaunt.
We
with,
went
Little
out with
Massa.
Little Massa. We went to get
Ramen.
ramen, but
Yeah.
not before he got us fucked up. Oh, the first night.
Soju.
The first night after Nagoya, do you remember we went to that 2-hour all-you-can-drink, all-you-can-eat place with the chicken? The chicken that you squeeze and he goes...
That's right.
Do you remember that?
That's right. Yeah, I do.
That was fun. And then I just kept pressing it randomly. That was like, because there was a massive language barrier between us. So like every 10 minutes when it got awkward, I'd squeeze
Every
the chicken and
silence,
then
I was
everyone
like,
would just...
"Eh."
Everyone would just laugh.
A couple of them like had really good English. I think there was like two of the opening bands there, and some of their friends
Yeah, that was
at the table. But we had like one big table, and it was cool. It was. I really felt for the first time, like not that I want to feel like this or like I feel like I should feel like this, but like I felt, I don't know, like a rock star.
I know what
You
you
know what I
mean.
mean? Like people were like looking at you like, oh, you're in a band, but I'm just looking at myself like, I think we played all right.
I'm just Jake,
song's
the guy
alright.
who cuts lawns, and then I come to Japan and I'm a fucking king for no reason.
Literally. And so we
That was
did.
so
That's
fun.
like that definitely contributed to how much we got drunk. And the last show, which is why I brought this up, was Masa introduced us to these drinks called Strong Zero, and it was maybe like a 500ml can or like maybe 750.
Yeah, it was a big can. The ones that
It
you
was a
drank
big
that
boy
night
can.
were big cans, because the normal ones that we bought
They were 750
at the start were the ones that we bought at the start were just like 350ml cans, like a normal can of Coke size. And then, but the one that
750.
he's like, "Do you need a drink?" I remember overhearing this conversation. You just go, "Yeah, just a strong zero," and he comes back with two. You know those massive monster drinks, the extra big ones that you can get. That's what the size they were. There's huge ones.
And
he got
I remember,
you two of them.
I remember this vividly. It was in a plastic bag from 7-Eleven, which was like next door. And then he brought them down, and I just, I think I was already like potentially drunk by that point. And then I just necked one.
Yeah.
Like, not necked it, but like they hit you quick. And then Gibbo was, we might have already talked about this on the podcast.
I think
but
we've said this
Gibbo
story
was lost.
before. That was the one the day you got lost before the show. We've definitely spoke about that.
Yeah.
But that was funny.
And so by the time
it was like 15 minutes before we were
yeah.
supposed to go on, he just rocks back up because Jamie and Mass have been looking for him.
then
But then
Jamie
goes across the road to Macca's, but no one knew where he went because he didn't tell anyone. He just went across the road to get a coffee because he was tired because he didn't get his coffee because he was chasing Gibbo around Tokyo.
Yeah. So did we end up going on a little bit later?
Yeah, we went on about 15 minutes late, I think.
Because we were stressing, we're like, we need to go on time. And then Masa, I think, was like, it's your show. You can just push it back a little bit if you want. Like, you can just go on whenever you want. And we're like, we don't want to be.
But it was sick though.
Those
Like
guys.
going on late, like the crowd was extra
They were
amped
empty. They're like,
somehow,
"Oh,
and like straight away, like crowd surfing and everything. We're like, what the fuck is happening? That was a fun
And like
time.
we hadn't been getting shows like that back home at that stage. You know what I mean? Like we had the AM PM show, which was the first album, the Dakota release actually. And we played
want to tell you
and that was like, sorry.
I feel like I haven't felt like that at a show at home, probably until Unify.
Yeah.
Like, actually, like,
you mean
Mountain
the
Goat
feeling
Valley
of,
Crawl
like,
was
Tokyo?
sick, but, like, yeah, the feeling of that night, like, it was just, like, out of nowhere, extra special, just, like, holy shit, how did this happen kind of thing. And then we played Unify, and then, like, we were on the crowd, I was on the crowd, Craig was on the crowd was going nuts.
And it's all the factors of, like, stuff still getting sorted at the last minute. And then they'll just like pull through. You don't have any expectation because honestly, I was like, we're not even playing the main stage anymore. It's been cancelled from the rain. People are probably just going to wait over at the main stage because they want to see the heavy music. And then like during the first song, I could just see heaps of people coming from the main stage. I don't even remember how many people were there at the start. Leah said it was like barely any when we started. So I must have been drunk. Like, I must have been almost blackout by the time I got on stage. So
because that was the first time. I didn't drink before we went on. I was drinking just before we went on stage. That's right. I was blowing up all the inflatables. That was funny. That was a good day. One of my memorable moments of one of the tours would have had to been Wasted Tour. Just that tour. Just that tour in general. Like,
yeah,
I thought it was going to be sick, but I didn't think we'd bond as well as we did with Waystar. Like, I thought we'd get along. I thought it'd be sick, but after that tour, I felt like we still chat now, like randomly send each other messages every day or like most days or whatever. But just, like, I didn't think that would come from it. I just thought like it'd be a tour, hang out with them, say hi, and then that's it kind of thing.
And you know what? Like, because back home, we like Australia tours are mainly like for the most part 4 to 5 shows, and we hadn't had that many of them, I guess, back home by this time. Like, we'd done one-offs here and there, we'd done smaller tours where we kind of already knew bands. So like we always get to that point in Oz tours, like the last couple days we're friends and then we don't see them for 2 years. So like I think by this time we had gotten to, like, we'd already done the US tour and we'd made friends with 4 bands. And then by the time the UK came around, we're like, fuck it, let's hang straight up. Because I had already met Sammy, actually. You hadn't yet.
No, because I didn't do the tour. I didn't do the tour
beer, I'm sure.
in Australia. I didn't do the tour in Australia where you guys played shows with Trash Boat and Waystar.
Were you in Greece?
Yeah, that was a couple months before we did the record. I went overseas with Kate.
That's right.
Yeah. That was sick.
That one, yeah. So we came to the UK. We went to Spoons. We found out what Spoons was.
Yeah, the first night, remember? I didn't have any money because I hadn't been paid yet. So, and they were just waiting there. And then someone ordered us chicken wings and no one was in. I'm like, fuck yes!
For those of you guys who don't know what Wetherspoons is, it's only a franchise in the UK. Yep. Every building is different. Every layout is kind of different. But you have basically a table number and you can post what location you're at and what table number you're at, and anyone in the world can log on and order something random and give it to you.
Your table.
So it's perfect for cheapskate bands.
Do you remember
what
this?
You usually get is fries and gravy because it's the cheapest one.
Oh, and it's delicious. It's just delicious. Curry. The curry dip, the chips and
the curry gravy. Yeah. Brandon got milk and ribs.
Yep.
And I put one of the ribs in the milk and made him drink it.
Do you remember the second tour we did? Well, not the Waster one. Our headline with Story.
Yeah.
When we went out for Rowan's birthday, and they bought.
Which night was that? Oh,
it was random. Dude. It was like a day off, and we went to Birmingham Spoons. And I just remember they just brought out this platter of drinks straight up. So I grabbed 2 wines, 2 Long Island iced teas, and a beer. And I just necked them.
And then they brought the shot platter around.
And then Rowan and Kate convinced me to go outside to smoke, and I was like, yeah, sick, whatever. And then I just didn't drink. Too. I didn't drink for the rest of the night because they were just like keeping me out there because I was that drunk already.
You and me were out there. You, me, and Kate.
Was it the three of us with Mitch? Maybe Mitch came out as well.
Came out briefly, but I think you and me and Kate were out there for like probably 40 minutes, dude. Having one of those like, it's just crazy, like how fucking.
I can't believe we're here.
Like far away we are. Yeah. It was one of those.
I love those. It
must have been cool to have Kate there as well during that.
That was fun. That was definitely fun. It was. Because when we rocked up to Slam Dunk, I was thinking about the day and like what we had to do, where we had to be, and all this stuff. So when I saw her, I was like, it was good to see her, but like I hadn't remembered that she was coming, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and you're still scattered. Like she's here, you're here, but I'm not fully processing that you're in the UK and you're about to watch me play Slam Dunk. But I see your face. I'll catch you later.
That was funny.
You know what? We may as well. Should we potentially do a bonus episode of just more stories?
Yeah, why not?
Because we're due for a bonus episode anyway.
Sure.
Fantastic. We still got bloody 8 more spanking minutes.
No, we got.
I came into this podcast going, "What the fuck are we gonna talk about?"
Hey, can you? There was one in the chat asking for like a track by track, but let's talk about a couple of the songs from the record how we wrote them, I guess.
Okay, like, one second. I'm just gonna put UK Slam Dunk tours. I just gotta remember because I'll literally forget, and I can probably talk about all of them.
Yeah. But let's go Twice Shy. First track on the record.
That was funny. So that song was originally called Hungover, and it sounded completely different.
Yeah.
It was about like.
Do you have access? Do you have access to the Dropbox, the original Dropbox, maybe, in your files?
No, but I'll find a song called Hungover, and it was like the idea was there. I'll see if I can play it now. One sec. I found a thing called Hungover Extended. But it was basically about a night. I was in Sydney with Leah when we weren't even dating yet, and I just got plastered. And then
Is
I
this
just
the
started
kebab shop
wandering
night?
the streets. The kebab shop night. And it was about that. Is this it? Actually, no. That was by that time. Chris had changed it to the Twice Shy version.
Okay.
But like, it was that song morphed into Twice Shy, but it was originally about being hungover and la di da, I love you, blah blah blah.
Did we keep any original lyrics from that?
No, 0. Because you came to my house. That was the last song that was completely like not done. Because you know how we went in there with like 11 songs and recorded 10.
That was funny, like coming to your house to do that. Like, because I think we had the music. Because we rewrote. I remember going to Chris's house where we were staying, and working out the second verse guitar part. Yeah, that was basically it. Like, we didn't have a transition from the second verse to the chorus to the outro, something like that. And then I forgot about it, and I just assumed that it would drop into our Dropbox one day with lyrics on it, and then I think I said to you, like, if you ever want to just bounce shit off me, just hit me up and we'll just write whatever. Yeah,
which we had never done, and I had never done as well. So I was living in Cranbourne at the time in Melbourne, and I was like, come over, like, because you were delivering around there at that stage, I think.
No, I was living in Wheelers, so I was only like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
From you, but...
And so I was like, please. And then you ended up writing a lot of the lyrics for that, like most of the lyrics.
I think for some
reason...
And
I was just kind of doing some melodies.
I think you were just doing melodies and I was hearing words from the melodies that you were singing or something.
Yeah.
But I just remember writing the first line, like getting that first line of the verse.
I've come to realize.
And then I'm like, break, just let the lead line play. And then do it again.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was like, just that'd be cool. Just like do a line, lead line. Do a line, lead line. And I remember
round line.
Yeah. I just remember like that happening, going, this sounds cool. Bring it to the guys.
Yeah.
And then I think we're gonna add more lyrics. But in my mind, I was just like,
Stevie was, and the boys were like, maybe we should fill something in there. I think Gibber had a melody idea to fill the gaps. And then Stevie made the point of saying the whole record is like balls to the wall, essentially. Like, it's all just very full.
Heaps
like,
of
why not
lyrics.
just have a song that has gaps?
Yeah.
And because, like, I was writing at that time, I had never written a song around melodies, like, that I had created. It was always, like, putting stuff to a bit of music that I have.
Yeah.
So, like, that's how you get all these fast fucking...
Yeah.
These
Trying to,
stupidly
like, I want to say this, so I'm going to
unrealistic...
fit it into that gap kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
That was fun writing that. That night, I just remember, like, getting through the whole song. I think we didn't have the bridge. We did the bridge in the studio.
No. Yeah, I think Chris wrote a 4-line bridge of vocals, and then we used the first half because, like, just to make it not as like to keep the gaps going through the songs.
That was fun writing.
That was the song that I had written the least on. It felt so weird
singing it,
but like it was like no, I mean like not singing it, but like it was all the stuff I kind of wanted to say anyway. But I had just never really done that. Still not too much of a fan of that. Like at least I was a part of the process of doing it.
Yeah. It's real weird because I don't think I'd ever written not lyrics like that, but just like the melody of that song is not something that I would write. So it's weird that together we wrote that song, which both like a way that we had probably never written before, which is cool. Yeah. To be like the last song,
and it's a lot of people's favorite song. It's the first song on the record.
Yeah.
People are like, Twice Shy is the best song.
I love playing that song live. It's so much fun.
It's fun. Like it doesn't really.
I think about writing that when we're playing it. Just going, how the fuck do we do this?
Yeah. And for it to be such a popular song, like just to be off the cuff, but you know how you and me are, we love off the cuff stuff, but that song it doesn't really go mental live unless it's a home show. Not a home show, but like
a crowd that knows us, yeah.
Yeah,
it's like an
people
album
love the song,
yeah.
but they don't shout it unless it's like on the album tour or whatever.
Yeah.
What's
it's
next?
Fun, though.
Move On.
Move On was
originally
next.
Called Alone. That's one
right.
was the intro to that song was originally double the length, and Stevie wanted to cut it down. I probably could have gone either way. I don't really know.
I'm glad it's shorter, actually, thinking now. It sounds better.
Yeah.
It would have been too long. But another one. Go.
Oh, yeah, go. No, you go.
No.
Okay. Is it to do with Move On?
No, I was going to keep going. But you go.
With Twice Shy? Go for it.
No. I was going to move on from Move On.
Okay. Well, the chorus for that one was my first, like everything is in that chorus is from the first draft of what I wrote, which is insane because I remember like writing that and going, this is a good chorus. And I was super stoked on it. And it nothing really changed from it at all, I think. Aside from like making the first chorus half the length and then the second one full. But like that was one I was really proud of. I'm like, oh, this is good, and I'm so good to see it come to fruition too. Like after, how everyone loves a demo.
Yeah,
and it's good in the studio. Like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I remember the bass being really epic on that. Like when we were doing it in the studio, it was just like Stevie just like helping me flesh it out. It just ended up being something like the cool, the funnest bass lines that I play live now in that song.
Do you still play? Because you play a lot of stuff the same and different too.
Yeah,
is that one of the ones you play different?
I play that song different. I don't really play at the start of the song when we play live, unless I'm bored.
Yeah.
So if I'm playing it, now you know, if I'm playing the bass lines at the start of the song, it means I'm bored. No, but like I feel like it adds more dynamic if like the bass dips out at the
yeah
in that part when you and Chris are singing. But then there's like some mad riffs in it, some mad bass riffs in it. It's cool. It's fun. But I do play that. I do play that like different. I was gonna go. Let's go with fucking track 9. What's it called? We never played it live. Catch a Break.
Fuck, that was.
Let's talk about
that
that song.
Still one.
we have never played that live, and I want to play that live, but we never have enough time in our set.
We never have enough time. Like we never have. It's gonna have to be for a show. It's gonna have to be for like the album tour of the second record where we have like over an hour set time. Even then, it's not gonna be enough time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we're gonna try.
Because like people have such specific favorites from the first record where they're like, I need to hear this, otherwise I'll be angry.
Yeah. Do you remember we tried to fit it in? We started practicing it, and then we'll just like we'll switch it up every second night. We'll add it into
the
set,
second US tour,
and then we'll just like got too drunk and we didn't care. We was like, fuck it, let's just play the same songs again.
yeah. It was the second US tour, right?
Yeah. We're gonna do it.
Because I remember I was excited, and then we didn't end up practicing it like that much before, and it's like, oh, who cares?
But yeah, I just remember. I remember some jams of that song. I think that one was a song that came out of a jam.
Oh yeah,
that one and Good Intentions came out of a jam. But I remember when we were in the studio and we got to the bridge, and Stevie added this note in it, and we were just like, holy shit, this song's so heavy for us. Yeah. Like, this song's so heavy for us. Like, I don't know if
yeah. And I've completely haven't thought about that bridge in so long. Over and over. Oh, wow. And it was so weird for us too, because like I had it there, but I don't think I wrote it. I don't think I recorded it.
Oh, you just had the
demo?
Oh, I think you recorded it a one go through at pre-pro, because Stevie's like, give me the lyrics, and then you just quickly sung it in, and that's when we heard it, I think.
And dude, the feeling of like being in the studio, and like that stokedness you get when every layer adds in, and like every part gets locked into place, and you're just like, oh, it's getting even better.
Do you remember? I think it's the bridge of Twice Try or Move On. And Stevie's like, oh, we should add this like 1975 like guitar part in it. And you like you can just hear it in the mix. But I remember us having this massive debate about it. No, that's Famous.
No, it was like I
think that's Famous. I think
is
that's
it?
Famous
What
one.
song is that?
But I think that's another thing we did with Famous as well. We had like a similar like kind of feely bit, and we had these massive arguments about it in the studio. Just going, Stevie going, I think it needs to be in there, and us going, nah, I don't think it needs to be in there, and then just like wasting so much time on this like guitar part that's just buried in the mix. You can't even.
That no one hears. Yeah. It was something to do with that on the record, because it was very last minute, I think.
Yeah. Do you remember when we decided to cut we had like an extra song that we had HS, remember HS?
Yeah.
And we had this one extra song that we're going to record. It had lyrics, I'm pretty sure, but it sounded very similar to Move On, or very similar to one of the other songs. Like, it was so close. Yeah. And then we were just like, we needed to do like a minimum amount of time, so we needed to do like 35 minutes for the record, so we didn't get like just in case like we got sued or whatever. So we were just like, we had one day to record all the vocals, or go back through and do little bits on every track and make every track massive.
Well, so we had on our last day, it was either finish Everything Is Temporary vocals, because we left that song till the last day, and record instruments for another song and vocals for another song in one day, which is impossible.
Yeah.
Or I sent Tobin a text that night, and I was like, look, man, we have like 10 really good songs. Like, and it's just under the amount of time. Like, is that chill? And he's like, yeah, it's fine. But that's the reason, guys, for all the empty space at the end of Everything Is Temporary. We're like, we got to fill the contract obligation, but I don't think it's even long enough still.
Yeah, I think it misses out by like 30 seconds or something. Because like when we sent it to get mastered, we didn't take into account I think Stevie left like 6 or 8 bars at the start of the session free. So like he just put the cursor at the end of the session, and it was like 45 minutes, and we're like, sick, we made it. And then when he bounced it and sent it to mastering, it was still short, and we're just like, fuck, whatever, it's done now.
Yeah, it was like, I've got the okay.
That's it.
What's another one off there that had a weird Everything Is Temporary was a good one, the song, because like that was the last song to get recorded, and it was on the last day, and like the last line to get recorded was "Everything is temporary," and I remember you were on the couch as well. It was me and Brandon and Stevie, and we're like, this feels like the end.
Yeah.
Like fuck recording another song, dude. This feels like
a
good end to the album. Like, let's not just do a song that might just sound shit
and ruin the whole vibe. But like we feel like we finished on a high. And then I remember going back at the end. We got everyone else came back into the room. Like we were like, I think we're done. And then we started adding like little melodies and little extra vocal parts at the end to make that last bit like pop out. Do you remember? I'm pretty sure someone has a video of that. We should add that in the bonus episode. We've got to find that video.
Yes, I think I have it.
Yeah, just like it's just me, just like, oh, he needs to add like these choir bits, and they're like what? And then you guys couldn't hear the music, and it was just me singing it. And I sung it, and I sung them all in, and Stevie's just laughing because Stevie's the only one that can hear it. And then we played back to you guys, and you guys are like, it actually sounds not bad, but it sounds so fucking funny just hearing it.
I remember Stevie got me to do one melody in there. It was like, and I just laughed every time because I felt so stupid. And it was just like, I was laughing at one of the takes, like, fuck it, I'm just going to leave it in there, like, you're not getting a better one. I'm like,
it's a little nugget. You just hear you going.
And so all of us did takes of every like different melodies, which was cool.
Is everyone singing
does
on
any
one
other songs have
song?
like a? Does any other songs have like a cool backstory? Dakota was just a fucking diss about a guy that I didn't think would be that popular. To be honest, this song. Hilarious.
Do you remember
how big this song is?
Do you remember we had discussions about changing the chorus?
No, I don't remember what to.
Changing Hey
just like
Dakota, you can piss right off. Like changing
Gibbo
piss
didn't
right
like
off because
it.
it sounded too Australian, and we were just like, fuck it.
Gibbo didn't like it, and I was like, it's either that or fuck off.
Yeah.
Hey Dakota, you can suck my cock.
Yeah. It has had many edits live. This track, but
oh yeah, fuck yeah,
that's good. That's good. This has been a good pod, mate. I think we should finish there.
We should have more anniversaries of stuff.
Yeah, maybe we'll do one
right.
when the EP comes around. We'll do a backtrack to that time.
Yeah, if I can remember.
And if you want to support Between You and Me in any way, go and listen to our EP on Spotify because we get all of the money for that one.
And you can purchase it on Bandcamp as well, I think. Bandcamp.com/byamoz.
And if you want to buy my last 2 copies, you can pay me directly.
Message him directly.
Pay me directly $1,000 each. Sick.
Thank you guys for joining us and reminiscing for Everything Is Temporary 2-year anniversary today.
Hell yeah.
I've been JT.
I've been Bassy. See you guys soon.
On the next one. We're going to talk more about this on the bonus episode. If you guys want to follow that, Red Wine, Good Time.
On Patreon.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.